All right, so here we are back at the construction site. Today is February 1st, 2021, and we are looking at the front porch, the front door, and you can see that they've started doing the finishing concrete outside on the front porch. And if we go around, well, I can actually show you that we have a prototype of the front door, but that's inside, so I'll show you. We can't close it because of the scaffolding there. But going up on the side patio, this will be the carport side, you can see that this wall is being worked on. And then inside in the laundry room, that's all completed with the exception of this little wall right here. But that's pretty much completed. You can see now that the roof, the center section of the roof has all been removed, and the new roof panels arrived here on Saturday, so within the next day or so they will get that whole center section in, and that will then complete the roof. So the roof will be done. Beautiful blue skies you can see above. It's about 5 o'clock, a little later than that, I guess. But what they've been working on are these steps, and they now have the risers in for the steps. You can see, looks like 9 steps up to there, 7 steps up to the loft. And they're going to be easy steps. They're only about 7 inches high. The steps are 12 inches deep, so it should be a nice, easy climb. But you'll come up, as I've told you before, and then you'll go up and into the loft. So this is coming along nicely. What they'll do now that they have this steel work in place and it is welded in onto that rebar that you see down in there, they'll now fill that tube with concrete, and that'll just make everything very stable and immovable. Nothing really has changed in Dad's room. All of the walls are done. They haven't really started doing anything yet in our room. Our focus has been, as you know from the last few videos, has been working on the ravine. And this is the big reveal. That is our property going across the ravine, cleared out all the way over to there. You can see Mary. In the distance, you probably can't see it. Actually, you have to be down here. But because of the haze and the sunshine right now, but right through there, we have a nice look at the volcano, Vulcan Baru. But this is our view from our patio. And once all this stuff is totally cleared out, but you can see we've been talking about, you know, the ravine and how pretty it's going to be. Well, that is how pretty it's going to be. We'll get some shredded mulch down there, and we'll get some flowering things growing down there, and should be a pretty sight. I did want to take you over to this side because Victor started working up top today a little more, and we didn't really know what our property looked like because of first coffee and then brush and just all kinds of overgrowth. But we always said our property goes down along here, and there was a little path, but now this has been opened up. Victor worked on this today. And so coming up, I mean, that's the driveway right up there and the shed. But anyway, coming down, so we now have a clear view of what our property looks like going down. And we've got some really nice trees in through here. And then as you come down the property line, you can just see that this is just all nicely cleared, going all the way down to where our property ends, which you could never see before without coming down here and fighting through the brush. But you can see the stake down there now, so that's where our property ends. So our property comes all the way to this cliff that drops off, and there's a creek right down there at the bottom of this hill. If you just kind of look between those two trees and down, that's where the creek is. It's pretty dry now. So our property comes like right to the edge of this bluff, and then it comes down and then drops again from there. So this is a view looking up the property line. We've got that all opened, and then up that way going to our house down to the point that I'm standing at right now. And then of course all the property that's on the other side of the house going out toward the street that still has coffee on it, but the majority of that will be coming out as well. So, well, if I take you over here, I can just kind of show you that this is our access point right now anyway, and probably will be because it's an easy descent. But this is our access down into the ravine, and that's what I guess this is our backyard, coming from our patio up there, looking down the ravine and into this area here. So what we have to do is we have to do a little bit of fortification down here. You can see where this area is, so everything is kind of a rolling hill until you get to here, and then it's just a steep drop off. And what's happened is water comes through here in the rainy season, and what it's done is it's eroded this soil here. You can see how it cuts back, and it's eroded that soil and made that come down very sharply. So what we're going to do is fortify this at the bottom so that we don't have any more erosion. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of start to terrace this. Once we get that fortified down here, we'll start to terrace this, pulling some of that soil down. Then we'll put some kind of a retaining wall up there at the top, and we'll fill that with soil so that it brings the soil out level, so that we don't have this big breach, I guess, is what we've had of the soil line there. So that's going to be an interesting little project, but it should be good in the sense that that is the land that comes right off, directly off of our patio. And so this area coming up through here, we'll have this all leveled off. And then what we'll do is right to the edge here, you can see that this is where this drop comes. So we'll just have some kind of a retaining wall here, and then all of this property where you see it starting to slope, we'll bring that flat to a wall there, and then we'll start to terrace it going down. So this should be real pretty through here. And then all of this coffee up here on the side, most of this will, well, probably all of it will come out, and we'll probably have fruit trees up through here. So that's a look today at what's going on. Again, the focus has been on the stairs, and you can see just how all this bamboo from the loft to the stairs into the kitchen, how that's all going to tie together. Oh, and one more thing I'll show you. The prototype of our door. This is a very large door. And what'll happen is here, this will all be glass and glass at the bottom. And then it will have the bamboo slats on it that will again, just kind of tie everything together. So this door, it's actually wired shut, but it's kind of neat how it pivots, and I'll show you that in another video. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and this is, of course, the view from our living room, our kitchen, and ultimately from our patio, looking down into that nice wilderness down there, all the way down, all the way across, mountains over there. So for now, I'll say goodbye, and I'll send another video soon.